Imagine a Nigeria where fuel is cheap, jobs are abundant, and our economy thrives without relying on foreign imports. Well, that future is here, thanks to the Dangote Refinery, Africa's largest and most ambitious refinery project. But what does this mean to you, for Nigeria as a whole, and for Africa itself? Stick with me as I break it all down. In this video, we will explain what actually this refinery have to offer to you as an individual, Nigeria itself as a nation, and Africa in general. Without wasting any atom of your time, let's get into what brings us here. But before we go further, please, if you are new to this channel is also new. Please support us by subscribing, liking our content, and commenting. This will help us and this will go a long way for us, which actually means nothing to you as the viewer. Now, let's get to what brings us here. This refinery, as we said, has a lot to offer to Nigeria, Nigerians, and Africa as a whole. So let's begin with what it has to offer to you, the listener, the viewer, as a Nigerian. Well, this refinery is a game changer, actually. And here is a list of 5 things that it has to offer to you. Number 1 is cheaper fuel prices. Nigeria has been importing refined petroleum for decades, leading to high fuel cost. With local refining, fuel will become more affordable, cutting down on transportation and living expenses. This is not only on you as an individual, but also on the federal government itself. You as an individual will end up paying for the transportation cost, for all logistics and everything of importing the products, the fuel itself from outside to your country, to our country here in Nigeria. But to the government have to subsidize the petroleum, the imported petroleum, for us, the individuals, to have some kind of relief on paying for the fuels. So the government also will benefit from this. Secondly is massive job creation. This refinery is expected to create 135,000 permanent jobs, benefiting engineers, administrators, logistics experts, and many other professionals. If you look into this, this is only the official jobs created. There are a lot number of unofficial jobs. Because of these refineries, stall owners are going to start making some money, the ones that are going to be fortunate enough to have some stalls at the refinery. The area itself is going to become a booming economy, a booming area where some people will go to hawk there, they will hawk their goods there, some people will have some handworks to do there, more drivers are going to have some work. Like, it's going to create a lot of opportunities there. It's going to create a backbone of opportunities where a lot of people will rely on to make a living out of. Well, the number 3 is improved energy supply. No more fuel scarcity or long queues at filling stations. The Dangote Refinery ensures a steady supply of petrol, diesel, and aviation fuel for Nigerians. And so far as you are a Nigerian and above 20 years old alive, I believe you know what fuel scarcity might mean. Well, during the time before this refinery, there usually used to be times, at least once or twice in a year, that you will have your own car. You'll have your money in your pocket that you will use to fuel your car. But with all those things, you will have to leave your car at home, come out, trek to your destination, or maybe stop an Okada to carry you to your destination because of the long queues at the petroleum stations. You might see in a whole area, an area as big as maybe as big as you can ever imagine. You might probably see maybe it's only 1 or 2 petroleum stations that are given oil. And in such a situation, the queues will definitely be very longer. Like, you will see a queue from the point of dispensing, maybe to the end of the street. You'll see drivers spending a whole day on the queue. You'll see workers and a lot of people spending a whole day on petroleum queues. You'll see people selling black market, leaving their homes at 1 a.m., 2 a.m. to go to petroleum stations in order to buy what they can sell later. So this refinery is a game changer when it comes to lack of energy supply or when it comes to fuel scarcity. Number 4 is boost for small businesses. Businesses that depend on fuel, like transportation, power generation, and manufacturing, will thrive due to lower energy cost and reliable supply. There are some businesses that they depend on energy no matter what. And if there's problem with the electricity provided by government, you have to source another way. And the only alternative is using either solar or generator. Solar is quite expensive, although nowadays they are getting more and more affordable. So before those days that they are not that affordable, you'll end up seeing that you have a job on hand. Maybe those people that weld, manufacturing processes, plants that need energy to operate, you'll see them terminating work just because there isn't power supply and petroleum to use in their generators. So this is a boost for all those businesses. They don't have to care about scarcity of oil anymore. The only thing they could care for is how to get the money to pay to buy the fuel. And the 5th is better infrastructure in host communities. With such a massive project in Lagos Lekki Free Trade Zone, expect improved roads, housing, schools, and hospitals in the surrounding areas. Because of this refinery, not only the areas, even the surrounding areas are going to benefit from it. Like I just finished saying, new roads might be constructed, definitely, by the government or by the refinery itself. New housing must be constructed. If you had a land around there, very soon the price of that land will hike. Schools will be provided because workers are going to reside along the areas and they might need to enroll their children in the schools around, and the hospitals as well are going to be provided. So, with all these things said, how Nigeria itself as a nation benefit from this refinery? And we're also going to highlight 5 points on how Nigeria itself as a nation is going to benefit. The first is reduction in fuel importation or forex saving. Nigeria spends billions of dollars yearly importing refined fuel. Producing it locally means saving foreign exchange and strengthening the naira. Well, if you don't know, Nigeria spends billions every year in importing the oil. And mind you, by importing the oil, we need to source for dollar that will be used to buy the oil. And when the oil enters the country, we will sell in naira. So anything that there is so much availability of, the value of that thing goes down. So assume it this way: you have your naira, you use it to buy fuel, and the people you got that fuel from will have to find a way to disseminate the naira into dollar, which they will use to purchase another fuel. And that dollar that they will use to purchase another fuel, they have to source it. Sourcing the dollar itself is going to give value to the dollar. So now it's like you are depreciating your own currency and valuing another currency. And in doing such, you are indirectly offering jobs to the countries you are buying fuel from, because it is their citizens that are working in the refineries that are refining the fuel that you are importing into your countries. And with the money you are paying for the fuel, you are also paying those workers indirectly. So if you look into this, it's a two-edged sword. One, you are starving yourself by spending billions, sending billions outside, creating jobs to outsiders. And secondly, you are killing the value of your own naira because you are depreciating it. I just finished explaining it. So it's like killing yourself twice, despite the fact that you have only one life. Secondly, is boost to GDP and economic growth. Boost to GDP and economic growth how? The refinery will significantly increase Nigeria's GDP, making the oil sector more productive and reducing our reliance on crude oil export. Normally, we export our crude oil outside to sell it as crude or to refine it and bring it back as fuel and other fractions of it. But now, we refining it here at home means the money we are spending outside is now reserved at home. That's number one. Number two, some other countries are going to be buying the fuel from us, which is significantly improving our GDP. GDP, for those of us that don't know, means the collective revenue, like all money that enters a country, all money that enters a country, including everything, including services, including purchasing of some product, all money in general that enters a country. So because of this refinery, some money will be flowing into Nigeria. So the GDP is definitely going to move up. Number three is higher government revenue. With fuel production happening locally, tax revenue will increase, giving the government more funds for national development projects. This refinery, like we all know, I think 2 or 3 years back, there was a time Dangote beat chest and said that he is the highest revenue payer as an individual, like the person as an individual paying the highest revenue in Nigeria. So that was before the commencement of this refinery. Now imagine with the operation of this refinery, what is he going to pay more? It's a kind of another win for Nigeria as a government. So with this, they can improve our development projects, our infrastructures, and a lot of more works if the money are not going to be embezzled, if the money are going to be used in a proper way. So the fourth is strengthening local industries. Industries that rely on petroleum byproducts like fertilizers, plastic, lubricants will have a local supply, leading to economic diversification. There are a lot of people that have the idea of designing plants and implementing the plants that they will start producing some things, but their source of raw materials are probably outside. They have to be importing them, which is definitely going to increase the cost of their products. And if their product is very cost, definitely customers will go for cheaper ones, the imported ones. So with this, we are going to have source of our raw materials, petrochemical products from within Nigeria. No need of importing. All we need is to go and get it from Dangote Refinery. So I promise you with this, very soon by the grace of God, you will start seeing more fertilizers industries, more plastics industries, more lubricants, and so on and so forth, because we have the source locally at home. The number fifth is national energy security. No more dependence on foreign refineries. Nigeria gains control over its own fuel supply, reducing the risk of global oil prices shock. Let me give you an instance. Saudi Arabia, for instance, might short selling her petroleum. Once that happens, you see petroleum price hiking internationally. So with we having our oil refinery at home, our own crude at home, it's a game changer for us because when these kind of things happen, it wouldn't affect us unless if otherwise selfishness is going to be attached to it. So what are its benefits to Africa as whole in general? Africa's gain from the Dangote refinery. I'm going to list 5 or 4. Because of time, maybe I might limit it to 4, because I can see the video is getting to almost 15 minutes now, and I don't want it to be very long. Number 4 is energy security for neighboring countries. Many African nations, including Ghana and Cameroon, depend on foreign refined fuel. The refinery provides a reliable and affordable alternative for them. They don't have to start importing fuel from Europe and outside continent. Now they could buy their fuel from within Africa, which will further influence our relationship as Africans, which one day we are hoping Africa will be a country, not a continent. And it will happen by the grace of God. So this will further enhance our relationship as African countries. Secondly, is stronger intra-African trade. The refinery aligns with the African Continental Free Trade Agreement. For some of us that knows it, I don't want the video to be so long, I could have explained it, but there's something called the African Continental Free Trade Agreement, AfCFTA. You can Google it to know what it means. So by promoting regional trade and reducing dependency on non-African market. Do you understand this? The refinery aligns with the African Continental Free Trade Agreement by promoting regional trade and reducing dependency on non-African markets. Number 3 is increased foreign investment in Africa. A successful project of this scale makes Africa attractive to global investors, paving the way for more industrial projects. And I believe you know that this is a project that attracts the whole world's attention. And with this, we are hoping more and more investment are going to come our way, which is going to create jobs and good life for us as Nigerians. And the fourth is growth of the African petrochemical industry. With this refinery and some others of its type, of its scale, of its size, we believe petrochemical industries in Africa are going to boom. The refinery produces raw materials for fertilizers, plastic, and pharmaceuticals, helping Africa build stronger manufacturing and industrial sectors. Now, the Dangote Refinery isn't just a refinery, it's a revolution. It will reshape Nigeria's economy, create opportunity, and place Africa on the global energy map. If you are excited about Nigeria's future, don't just watch. Be part of the movement. Share this video, drop a comment, and let's keep the conversation going. The future is bright by the grace of God, and it starts now. Thank you.